Do you have some life lessons do you want to give to youth?
Absolutely. I've probably failed more times than I've succeeded, but it's those moments where I did not give up that I succeeded. And one of the things that happened to me is back when I first started my company, K2, it was in a tiny room, maybe 15 by 20 with 2 Macintosh, 2 CI computers. And that first year was such a struggle because we had already established ourselves here in New York City as graphic designers and businessmen. And what happened is, all of a sudden this new thing came along called the internet. And my business partner came running into the office one day and he goes, "We have to become an internet company." And I was like, "What's the internet?" Because it's 1994, nobody really knew what the internet was. And we were struggling so hard at that time because I was married and I had 2 kids and I was barely making any money. And I just realized that I had to not give up. I was in too deep. Yeah, have you ever started a project and you can't quit it because you're in too far? Yes. And I realized I could not give up. This was going to succeed no matter what. Well, we suddenly attracted a new CEO, and he was a young guy from Wharton, 3 to 4 years younger than me, and he knew how to take the company to the next level. So you're going to run into people and you're going to meet people that have the knowledge base that you might lack. So never worry that you don't know everything. You're going to meet the right people on the road. Trust in that. And right after that, right after we brought him on board, he did like $1.5 million in sales that first year that he came on board. And I was like, "You're hired." Not only did I make him CEO, I made him a business partner. The following year he did 4.3 million, and then the following year he did $7.3 million in sales. So success is a lot of times right around the corner, just before you're about to give up. Things will shift, trust me. There was one more thing I wanted to add to those 3 things that influence your generation. The third and final piece of all this is, I don't know how it was in France, but in the United States, they started to do this thing called child-centric parenting and child-centric teaching. And what that is they flatten the hierarchy in the household. So instead of looking up to mom and dad, children were encouraged to have the same conversations with their parents. And the children made the decisions in the household. Parents would go, "Do you want to play soccer? Do you want to play baseball? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? Should mommy and daddy stay together or get a divorce?" You know, I'm making a joke, but these were the kind of conversations that children were now elevated into. And when they went to their schools, they were encouraged to call their teachers by their first names. Did that happen in France?
No.
Well, it changed over here. In some countries, that was encouraged. That youth were the next wave, and they fought like crazy to say what they wanted to. And here in the United States, somebody would get right out of college and walk straight up to the CEO of a corporation and go, "Hey, I'm going to show you how to run this place better." And that was happening a lot here in the United States right around the late 90s into the early 2000, 2004. So it was causing a lot of chaos here in the United States. And if you look, Mark Zuckerberg and some of these other youth-driven CEOs, they have this confidence that's at a completely different level. So I would say to some of the youth that you're mentoring, look at some of these people who have started multi-million-dollar corporations at a young age.
Learn from them.
Learn from them. Look at them, because all they're doing is emulating some of the greats around the world. You know, who was it? Emile Coué said this best: "Every day, in every way, I keep getting better and better."
Yes.
So you have to trust in that fact that every day, in every way, you're getting better and better.
I think it's a great advice.
Yes.